I don't know if this is true, but I've the pressure on a foot in a platform or a heel is that of a elephant's.
Why are you looking at me? I don't know.
The weight
because it's an animal.
I'll find out the exact. It's the same amount of pressure that an elephant puts on his.
All I
pad.
know is
Really?
that both Prince and Mariah Carey needed both. They both got hip surgeries.
Yeah, but Mom is
because
an enigma.
Mariah was doing those workouts in stilettos.
Right.
I don't
And
work
Prince would
But
do
you know
all
what?
his shows
But you know what?
dancing around in stilettos.
Hey, listen
I
though,
do
whatever
not work
Mom's
out in
doing,
my
she's
that's
working.
smart.
She's rocking.
No,
And
So
she
what
also
else
has the best calves
She's
I've
got
ever
great
seen on a
calves.
woman.
Everybody said that.
Everybody says it.
Nobody in the San Fernando Valley has better calves than Mom.
Yes.
But we got Mom here with us.
That's
I'm
so
here.
exciting.
Wow.
So look out.
Here we go. It's actually
Careful
more.
there.
The high heel can exert more than 15 times the pressure of an elephant's foot.
Wow.
So you actually are exerting 15 times the amount of pressure onto your foot from being in that position.
Think about how strong
Well,
the
do
feet
you know
are.
why? I'll tell you why. Because elephants, I don't know, they have those really.
Wait a minute.
cute-
Why can you tell me why when you couldn't tell me the fact?
Well, because
Yeah.
now I
you
now I
were
understand
busting
what-
my balls for asking you about the fact, but now you're going to explain
Can
the
I tell
fact.
you why that fact is so true? Well,
Yeah.
go ahead, Matt. You
That's-
didn't know about the fact. 2
Sure.
seconds
Well, 'cause
ago.
I didn't think of it this way, but now it makes total sense. Actually,
Oh, now I've enlightened
elephants'
you.
feet. Well, they're one of the biggest land mammals on the planet. That's
right.
At this point.
Yeah.
So elephants' feet.
Yeah.
You notice how they're cute and they almost look like you wouldn't just grab them. They're big
Yeah,
round
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So elephants' feet have evolved to displace weight. They have cushions, and if you notice when they hit the ground, the elephant's feet have these.
Yeah,
like,
they do this little kind of canter. Yes.
It's because they're spreading their feet out over the ground.
they're wearing Dr. Scholl's.
Spreading the weight and distributing the weight over a broader surface area, which takes off any pressure points. So actually, an elephant's foot is adapted for that kind of weight so well that yes, a fact like putting a human foot in a stiletto would cause more pressure on those toes than an elephant puts on its toes.
Gotcha.
Because his elephant, that makes sense. I
makes
get
a
it.
lot of
Hopefully, I'm
sense.
not dispersing that much weight.
You're not dispersing any weight. You're like a
like a
a
feather.
stick. You're a little feather.
I'm not a little feather.
Yes, you are. You're a feather. So, guys, Mom.
But you
brought
were a
us-
feather when you were pregnant with Andy. I remember that.
Oh, my gosh.
You gained how much?
80 pounds.
And why
Now,
did you
here's what's
gain?
crazy. My mom only weighs 92 pounds.
No, it's true.
No, seriously.
You
like,
doubled
maybe,
yourself.
Maybe 100.
I
but
did double
You did
my
double
weight.
your weight.
I
yeah,
doubled,
for
more
sure.
than doubled my weight.
I remember.
I
that.
needed a lot of nutrients
Well-
for this brain to develop
He
properly.
just said he's Jack and Johnny Depp again. I needed a lot of nutrients.
Yeah.
Goaty,
Remember, goaty.
Andy used to call me Goaty, okay? I'm in his phone as Goaty. I still refer to myself as Goaty. He couldn't say Joey, okay? And Andy would stand at my door, and literally, it would be like this. I'd be like, yes, Andy. Goaty. Yes, I'll be out in a
No,
second.
he wasn't 4. He
Goaty,
was
goaty,
speaking
goaty.
very concisely.
Goaty,
by the
goaty,
time
goaty,
he
goaty.
Yeah,
four.
this was
He
earlier
was
than that.
2.
This was
All
2.
right, 2, whatever.
I had a full vocabulary by the time I was
Andy,
3. I was
I
still
know.
nursing,
I know.
but I could speak.
Oh, I gotta tell a story.
Oh, yeah, you gotta tell that.
I gotta tell
Hold
a
on.
story.
Oh, I know which one you're gonna tell, bro.
Oh, my God.
Hold on,
Okay, wait.
So, but it would be crazy. I'd have friends over, and I'd be like, "Oh my gosh, this is my baby brother. Watch this." He'd go, "Goaty, open the door." I'd be like, "Goaty." I'd be like, "Andy, you got to give me a couple minutes." Okay, Goaty, close the door. I literally would close the door. Goaty, 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 Goaty. I'd open the door. He would be talking. Goaty, Goaty, Goaty. I'd close the door. Goaty, Goaty, Goaty. He'd stand there for 10 minutes.
Poor baby.
Yes, and then he'd go away and he'd come back. I know, I felt so
cute.
bad. I know, but you know,
You little
he was. Oh God, Andy was the cutest.
He
kid.
was a
I
cute
mean,
baby.
You remember when he would sit
Oh, my
in
goodness.
Hesby Street?
And the Johnny
Oh
jumper
God,
thing.
we had this Johnny. What was that,
Oh,
Mom?
my
It was
gosh.
I
between,
put it on the
between the doors,
yeah,
right?
the doors, and he would jump up.
I remember I'd walk by and just hear winky, 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 winky.
Yeah.
And then I'd walk by and like an hour later I'd
You
come
and I-
back and he'd be winky, winky, winky.
You and I would have a full cap gun fight outside and play bikes
Yeah,
and everything.
for
We
sure.
come in, he's still doing
He's still doing it.
hours.
Yeah.
I missed the
Not
cap gun
hours.
fight.
You did.
It
Well, but you were
seemed
too
like
young.
hours.
2 or 3.
No,
But
you
you've
dude,
made
this
up
is
for
like
it.
8 months.
You
we're talking.
definitely have
Your
made up
facts
for
are a
it
little
since.
skewed.
Oh, I guess he was like 11 months.
Oh, at the most.
Yeah.
You were 7. What, Joe? Still in the
when
jumper at
you were
7?
11 or 12.
Yeah, I don't know about this.
You're in the
No.
jumper. We put you in there.
He-
You'd run around.
You were so attentive to him that Dr. Hennessy had to tell you guys
Yep.
to
Yeah.
stop carrying him so he would walk.
Talked about
Yeah,
that.
we
right.
talked
Because you
about
all
it.
walked really early.
Yeah.
And he was like 12 months not walking.
I know. We're like,
We
what's
carried
wrong
him
with this
around.
guy?
And
that
a week
big cranium's
later-
not paying off right now.
No, but a week later, well, he could talk.
Oh, he was,
He was
No, he was
talk-
a-
off
he
the
could
charts.
talk.
Yeah, motor
and he was
mouth.
always off the charts. for
Always.
that.
Well,
I
so
know.
were you, and so were you.
Oh gosh, remember the jokes? He would tell us the
Oh,
jokes.
the poor jokes that weren't funny.
That weren't funny.
Oh my God! Oh
some, of
my
them,
God!
some of them were funny.
They were funny to
Some of
a
them were funny.
5-year-old.
No, you'd
They
make
were-
them, bro. You
I just
made
would
them
love his
up.
reaction after because he'd wait for the laugh, and if there weren't one, he'd try to force one. He'd go, you're like, nah, you gotta work on that one. I'm gonna give you a little tough love right now, little brother. I want you to be
up. In all due respect,
Yeah.
in all fairness to
Yeah.
you, bro, there was no way they were gonna be funny. You were literally making jokes up.
But
Hey guys, do you know why the elephant went to the store? I remember being in the
because he
mail-
had chunk.
right junk problems.
What?
Yeah, we're like, no, Andy, that's not.
He needed like an antihistamine because I swear he would go into explanation because the elephant was sneezing through his
Oh
trunk.
God, get
But-
it? You get it? Remember, you get it.
You get it?
I don't think anybody gets that
But he
joke.
always did it with a costume on.
Oh my gosh, always.
He never left the house without a costume.
Never left without a costume.
Oh,
Ever.
I didn't have to
wait.
worry about clothes.
I do.
Got it.
I do remember one time, Mom, like bargaining with me to leave the house, and I was the result was I was allowed to wear my costume underneath my outfit. So
I think we
still
were
had
going
it
to
on.
church.
Something.
But he had
I need-
like
I need-
Batman
yeah.
or
to celebrate the
Spider-Man,
birth of Christ, and you were still dressing up.
Wolverine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wolverine.
I think
Oh,
I remember that because I remember sitting there and he'd look at me. If you're listening to this, he'd look at me and like slip his T-shirt down a little bit to show me that he had
Oh, yeah.
Superman underneath
Oh,
there.
yeah.
He also
And
thought he
flip
could
it back.
fly.
Oh,
yeah.
I had to put
I was jumping off
furniture
stuff for a
in
while.
front
That's
of
right,
the
he thought he could
balcony
fly.
because he was standing ready to fly.
That's right. He thought he could fly.
But no, I got to tell this story because this is one of the funniest stories I can remember of Andy. And
This is one I think you're going to tell because we were together. I think and we.
because
discovered-
we shared a room.
Yeah. we
So I
discovered
would.
this.
So
I was
like,
like one.
like 11. He was like 2 or 3 years old.
No, dude, because
Yes, you
we
were.
were already in Kesby Street.
You might want to say this,
was
for the book.
this was Hesby Street, pal.
It was Hesby.
This was Hesby Street. Joe and I were sharing a room. Andy was at least 2. I mean, I think he was 2.5. Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh yeah.
Maybe 2.
Definitely, because you had already said he was not allowed to have any more boob. It was already a big deal.
Well,
No more
I
boob.
said it a little more gently.
No
than
more
that.
boob. No more boob. No more boob. You're getting too old. You're getting too old. Now wait.
You're not getting these tits anymore, kid.
So I had an issue.
These are mama's titties. What? Jesus.
I couldn't sleep one night. So I go into
Oh,
my
God,
parents'
that's the
room.
weirdest.
It's 1 o'clock in the
weird.
morning. I'm like, maybe
I don't know where this
maybe I'll get it.
conversation's
Maybe I'll
going.
get a little spot at the end of the bed. I was still young. I was like literally like 10 or 11. I'm telling you, it was 2. I'm like, I'll just. So the door was. My parents never locked the door. They had young
course
kids.
not.
So the door had like an inch, right? And I was like, oh, I hope. I'm just gonna open the door really slowly. And as the light, the door opens and the light, goes to the bed.
Yeah.
I see Mom passed out, arms in directions, legs in directions, all sprawled out in bed. And Andy is double fisted on one boob. He's got his hands.
really think
one boob
I was
on one
out?
boob, one on the other? Mom, you were out.
I wasn't
And
holding
he's-
both breasts,
And he's like,
Matt.
no, not
Alert
both breasts.
the
Andy's
environment.
trying to distract from this story as
No,
we
you
can
can
I'm
tell
just
you
trying to
that
wrap
story.
my
It's
hair
pretty
around
sweet.
You probably wouldn't remember.
I
You were
got
2
the
years
den,
old.
like sort
He
of that
remembers.
weird
I remember
TV
that.
den, Yeah.
Well, no, I
Anyways.
just don't remember the door being open at Hesby Street, but I remember it vividly being cracked all the time at Rev Road. And I remember my crib being in Rev.
Yeah, it
I
wasn't
remember
Rev Road.
I remember my crib being in the edge of your bed.
Yeah,
and
it
that's what I
wasn't-
used to crawl out of.
No, it wasn't Rev Road.
I remember it.
It was
crawled
Hesby
out of
Street.
that.
Anyway,
You crawled out
there's
of that all
no
the time.
there's no debate.
I
It was
do.
Hesby Street. I
was-
remember.
it
I remember
was
the
Hesby.
pool in the back garden. We were doing it anyway. So I go in there. He's double fist. I'm not kidding. He's got one hand on one side of Mom's boob and the other on the other, and he can't even get his fingers around this giant boob. And he's got the whole thing in his mouth. And he's like this.
Oh my God.
And I swear to God, as the light hits him, he goes like this, like he's got caught in like and he goes like this, and then goes right back onto the boob.
But
He
Matt-
Gives you the shush.
goes like this, and he even gave me a little wave. He goes,
Don't tell anybody. Oh my God.
Trust me.
Greatest thing.
I
Oh
was
my
fully
God.
aware.
Mom, I
But
don't know if
he
you were aware,
was-
but you
I
were
was-
dead out.
Just give me a
Dead
little
out.
sip it. A little sip it.
Yeah, a little sippy.
A little sip it.
No, you're the one that wanted a little sip in the
Ew.
market when you were
You
unbuttoning
pervert.
my shirt.
Oh.
I just
In
want a
the
little
market?
sip.
And he was 16.
Yeah,
Oh my
but
God.
The
that's
audacity.
It's
weird,
really
bro.
weird.
No, I'm
Dude,
kidding,
it's
I'm kidding.
strange.
Yeah.
Strange.
Very
That's
strange.
strange stuff.
In the market, yeah. Look, we all were breastfed.
The
but-
cutoff was 3.
Yeah,
3
we
years.
all were
You all were
breastfed.
breastfed.
By
till
the
you were
way,
3.
Greatest thing ever.
I gotta thank you, Mom, for sticking through with that.
Absolutely.
I know that's not easy. I know your nipples must have been raw
Yep.
as
Oh,
all
yeah.
That's a
goodness
lot.
heck.
Yeah.
But I
Only
really,
when you bit them.
Oh.
but I really gotta thank you
Which you
because
did.
all the science that's coming out
Oh,
right
it's,
now
I mean, look,
about the
it's-
development of a child's brain
Absolutely.
and everything
Definitely.
when it comes to formula versus real breast
well,
milk.
wait a minute.
Absolutely.
Not
I mean,
even
you're
a
talking
comparison.
You're talking about a naturally occurring
Yes.
thing. If you
Yeah.
can do that, Like
Yes.
some
Yeah,
women
exactly.
can, unfortunately.
Some
but
women
if you
can.
can
which
do
is
that-
which is great that formula's
But
there.
if you can do that, I mean, my goodness, it's how it was created. I
When-
mean,
It's
that's
you're
what
never
it's there
gonna
for.
ever come close.
Why would milk
But when
flow
did
in if that's not
when
what
did
it's-
you switch me over to half and half?
Never.
When you started drinking coffee,
Oh
too.
yeah,
That's right.
Thank you so much for watching this clip of the Brotherly Love Podcast.
For full episodes, go to the Brotherly Love Pod's YouTube channel, link in the description.
And for exclusive weekly bonus content, join our Patreon right now.
That's right, there's a link in the description for that too. Thanks so much for tuning in.
Thank you.
Thanks.